Hello everyone, this is Richard Gerhardt. Welcome to Body of Energy. This is session number 7. So, as I've mentioned before, I send the person whose energy work this is about a message so that they know that this is about them and which session this is, so that they'll know for themselves which session it is and that it's about them. And then also I'm recording this so that I can post this link or post this on YouTube and send them the link so that they can watch it. And the YouTube channel and the recording, the quality is much better. And of course, it's on there indefinitely, whereas an Instagram live session is just there for 24 hours. So, this is the balanced equation tool, and so this is about balance, okay? If you look at the language of this image, at this first intersection, it makes a perfect 9-point star, okay? But it doesn't just make one 9-point star. It makes 2 9-point stars, because if you start here, it's every other point, and if you start here, it's every other point. And so the imagery on this outside edge is 2 9-point stars, which is another representation of the number line between -9 through the 0 to +9. When you get here at this intersection, okay, if you start here and follow it around from that point, it makes one 18-point star. So the symbolism of that is about taking the 2 9-point stars and making them one star, or in other words, being whole, okay? So it's about balance. And then at this next intersection, it makes 6 triangles. 1 triangle, 2 triangles. So that's representative of the 6 colors, which are the 6 elements. So each intersection has a different image, has a different story. So this very inside one right here, this is 2 stars, 2 separate stars just like this is, of 9, 2 9-point stars. And so that image is what you may see sometimes that represents the number 9. And there's 2 of them right here in the middle at that intersection. And then the farthest intersection in, which on this tool is the 8th point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8th intersection in looks exactly like this circle, this straight-lined circle that was added for the purpose of the framework of this tool. So that's some of the understanding of how these tools work. All of that comes together to bring in the energy that directs this tool. Okay? So, let's get started. I'm going to use these tiles again. I'm going to shuffle them up. And as I've said before, it doesn't matter how many times I shuffle them, or whether I shuffle them at all. It doesn't matter if I pull out one tile at a time, so to speak. So, some people may want to do that. They may want to just reach in here and pull out a tile for every single point and not shuffle at all. But as I've said before, all of it always works out. It just is what it is, because these tools pick up on the energy of what's going on with the person. So it is like an X-ray into their energy. Or maybe you could look at it as lab work, and these are the results. However you want to look at it, that's what this tool does. Okay? So, now that I have all the points down, we'll get started. So this is the number one. It's about being aligned with what's right, with what's true, the right pathway for this person. And this is the imagery. This is what's right, and this is the person aligning themselves up with it. Okay? And the two elements that they stand in need of at this time is the element of yellow, which is about seeing and discerning. So this is about seeing and discerning their spirit in connection to their emotions. Okay? So these two elements are what's needed for them to be on the right pathway. Okay? What this number two represents is about being whole. What makes the person whole? What's needed to make them whole at this time? Not divided, but everything comes together. It fits together. It belongs together. There's no conflict. That's another way of looking at the meaning of whole. Okay? It's about conquer and the element of earth. Okay? This person needs the element of earth. They need what comes from the earth. Okay? In relationship to conquer, which is connected to overcome. So those are the two things that are needed for this person to be whole. And for them to be sure, to have confidence. Okay? So the number three is connected then to this triangle that you can see in the middle. There's 6 of them. They work out beautifully. They paint the picture of all of the elements. Alright? And the triangle is the strongest shape. Okay, if you look at a pyramid, if this is the bottom of the pyramid, which is the number 4, it creates the foundation. The sides of the pyramid are the number 3. So a pyramid, the image of a pyramid is about the sure foundation. And then those two numbers equal the ability to triumph, the number 7. So this is how the language of numbers is read. It's imagery. Okay? It's like a big hieroglyph. So, to be sure for this person is about being guidable. And the color orange. The color orange. Color is about seeing, discernment, and the color orange is connected to the element of life. It's connected to their soul. How do they see their life and their soul? And guidable is connected to being broken-hearted. This concept of broken-hearted is connected to the concept of a horse. When a horse is broken, it's guidable. When a horse is properly broken, it has full confidence in its master. It trusts its master to lead it, to guide it where it needs to go. It becomes usable. So that is some of the imagery and the meaning of this word guidable. Okay? This principle, which is actually a characteristic, to be guidable and to be able to see what's going on in their soul, in their life, or the things that are necessary for them to be sure in their life at this time. So the number 4 is about having a solid foundation. The number 4 represents the square. It also represents the cube, the foundation block. It's about having a foundation. And so what are the 2 elements necessary? The color blue. So we have a lot of colors going on here already. It's about seeing and discerning. For this person, it's about seeing and discerning what's going on within themselves and the world around them, in an eternal nature. So blue is connected to emotions. How do they see their emotions? Okay? Which is connected to peace. And being upright. Being upright is connected to honest. Honest and upright. Okay? The number 5 is about being centered. So, If a person is leaning to their own understanding of something, or to the understanding of the world or somebody else, they are not centered. Being centered is about being connected to the voice of truth. Being connected to the voice of truth is not only about hearing it, but about following it. That would be the definition of the word hearken. Okay? Or the phrase list to obey is the definition of hearken. So that's the concept of being centered, of being connected to the voice of truth. And for this person, again, they need the element of earth. They need what comes from the earth. And joy, which is connected to gladness. This isn't a characteristic, okay? This is a principle and an element. So, the number 6 is about being correct and complete, having all the pieces in all the right places, okay? It's about being able to see the entire picture. If this was a puzzle, it's about having all those pieces in all the right places, that kind of a concept. So the number 6, the 2 elements that are necessary for this person, have to do with the color green. Here we go with another color. Being able to see or discern what's going on in their body, in their ability to prosper, connected to the element of earth, okay? And the element of air. This person needs the element of air, and they need the element of earth. But at this point, it's about seeing and truly discerning what's going on there in the body, in the element of earth, and having the element of air. They need that element to feed their soul. The number 7 is about triumphing. It's about accomplishment. Because immediately when that happens, it brings peace. It brings rest. So for this person, here we go with another color. The color purple. So a strong emphasis of this entire thing for this purpose, for this person, is about seeing. It's about discernment. Okay? So this is about seeing the element of light. Light allows a person to see. It's connected to the heart and understanding in the heart. So how does this person see that? And it's connected to the body. Okay? So the body can impact how the person sees their heart. And seeing their heart the way it really is has an impact upon the body. And that's what they need to triumph at this time in their life. The number 8 is about attaining. Okay? Attaining what's right in their life. So here we go with yellow. It's about seeing, discernment, seeing the way things really are in their spirit, seeing the truth for what it really is, because that's connected to the spirit, and the element of water. This person needs the element of water. They need that water to feed their soul, the energy that comes from that element. As I've said before, we're made up of all of these elements, and all of these elements are still needed to feed us, to give us the energy for life, okay, and the energy for all of the things which those elements are connected to, okay? So the number 9 is about fulfillment and contentment in life. And here we go on the number 9. What's needed for fulfillment and contentment? The element of fulfillment, which is connected to the element of understand. These are both part of the element of life. They're in the same element. So understanding in life, in the soul, connected to having fulfillment, which is connected to contentment. This is what's going on for them to have fulfillment and contentment in their life at this time. And the central focus, the zero, the center of all things, is about enjoyment and satisfaction in the heart. And the central element, all of this is about the principle of giving, the characteristic of giving. Okay? Generous and giving are connected to each other. And so that's the central point for this person. So now I'm going to line up all of these elements. So you may notice that sometimes for some people, certain elements just don't appear. There's no element of fire. It's not necessary for this person at this time. It isn't about their mind. Okay? You have the element of air. You have the element of earth. Okay? Right there. So sometimes it's instructive to notice what element isn't there. The element of fire isn't there. This isn't about what's going on in the mind. This is about, the most important element is about what's going on in the body. The need for the element of earth and what comes from the earth. The need to be able to see and discern what's going on there. This is the most important element. Okay? So this is what this person needs. So that's another way of looking at that. So then when it comes to numbers, are there any numbers? There's only one number. One word that's associated with a number. All of this, numerically speaking, is about fulfillment. And this element, this color, let's see, the number 9, let's see, where are we going to look at that? Is right here. The number 9 itself is connected to the spirit and the heart. And so numerically speaking, it's about fulfillment in that regard. Okay? In regard to the element of earth, which is green, it's connected to the 2, the 5, and the 8. Those 3 numbers are connected in one sense at a different level to the present. So the energy of this is about the present. Okay? If you look at it from the elements. Okay? So in sense of how these characteristics and attributes line up, this is them. It's all about characteristics. It's about first giving, being generous, and giving. Upright, connected to being honest. This is a higher step up. To being guidable, okay? Broken-hearted, or is it connected? To being able to conquer or overcome. And all of that leads to joy, the characteristic of joy. That's the end, as we look at this part of it. That's the end result. And so that's all of the different levels of looking at this time for this person. And so, as I've said before, if you want to know more, if you have questions, if you want to check out my YouTube videos, if you want to be part of this, please go to my profile and send me a message. Thank you very much.